it's like 50 degrees out, so that's really nice. It's gonna rain, so we are going out for a first walk today, and then it'll rain, and then we should be able to walk again at 5:30 tonight, so hopefully so. I'm super tired today. I really wanted to get out. I didn't think I had the seasonal affective disorder, but maybe I do. I don't know. It's been cloudy for a few days, so. But I'm glad it's going to warm up. I'm glad it's going to get sunny, so we're heading in the right direction. So, some of the things I wanted to talk about today were pets. I have 2 cats. One cat I had by accident because I accidentally ran her over. And she survived, which is great. She got up into the truck I was driving and got caught in a belt. I say ran her over just because it's easier. She got caught in a belt, and then she kind of broke her leg, and that now she's back and fully recovered. So we decided to keep her, but we had another cat already. I got a dog thinking the kids would want to grow up with a dog, and that we could have an excuse to walk outside, which we have. But I had to figure out something to do with the dog while I was at the hospital, because my husband was working full-time taking care of me and the boys, and I didn't want to go outside in ice. So we had a really icy season. We got the dog in September, but my parents were really nice. My mom had her hip replaced 18 months ago at that point, so she was able to go outside, and my dad was able to walk him too. So we worked it out with my parents where Tuffy, the little dog we have, would go to my parents' house for the duration of my surgery season. So we just got him back a couple weeks ago. He's been doing pretty good. He adapted to both of us really well. So my dad kind of wanted to keep him, which I was a little bit in favor of, because little dog here doesn't really like my youngest son all that much. So, but he's doing okay. So he is better at walking than I thought. He likes walking around. The only thing we worry about is we kept his hair long for the winter because he's a little dog and he can get really cold easily. So, but he's adapted really well. So my husband and my sons kept the litter box clean for the cats, which my 9-year, he's 10 then. He could keep the litter box clean as a chore, which, he doesn't like doing, but he does it. So, but they did that, and then Tuffy the dog, a little 5-pound dog, went to my parents. So we were fortunate enough to do that. I read some stories. I'm on a couple of face grip, hip replacement, knee replacement group things where people have kept their pets and live alone. And some people said if the dog or cat just pooped or threw up or something, some people left it. And that's fine, until somebody could help. Other people, if they had a decently good second leg, could do like the golfer's kickback. I don't know if you know what that means. It's like you just kick one leg back, the surgical leg back, and bend with the other one. I thought that was a good idea. I did that a lot when I had something on the floor. And that really depends on if you have the anterior or posterior approach too. So if you have posterior, you're on a lot more restrictions. Anterior, apparently you can bend. I wouldn't say you really feel like it, but I don't think you'll necessarily hurt anything. So if you have someone that can help you out a little bit, maybe walking your dog if he likes to walk, or taking him out, or chaining him up, get it worked out like that. But if you don't, it's a real pretty temporary thing that depending on where you live, and it could be really impactful with ice, or, there's creative things that people have done in order to keep their pets around. So, do you see that? It's sunny.
Yeah.
It's sunny behind us. Oh, I felt the raindrop. Anyway, there's one cloud over us. We're out today around noon. Nobody's around, so that's good, I guess. I can hear our kids in the background jumping on a trampoline. And I wanted to tell you something about recovery. There's a lot of people that get on the listservs and the groups and tell you that recovery was really slick and really easy. And, at this point, I probably would too. I'd say recovery wasn't that bad. Go do hip surgery because the recovery is not that bad. Well, when you're going through the recovery, it kind of feels not good. And that's why they give you medications and tell you to do, movement and all that. But there was somebody on a listserv that said, everybody's saying recovery's easy, and it's not. So, but it's hard to capture that, because for me it was a short time and I didn't have any problems recovering. So if you have problems recovering, that's one thing too. But if you don't have any problems and everything goes smoothly, you feel so much better after your hips are replaced. So I think that's why a lot of people are saying that. So they hammer down in the listservs and say recovery is really independent. And I think it is, because it's easy to beat yourself up about, I'm not hitting this benchmark, or I'm not bending so far and everybody else is. You feel like the whole world is recovering really well. And truth is, it's just really different for everybody. I personally started walking really pretty early after hip surgery. And I think one of the things I did was just push myself, and I wasn't afraid. So I think that's why. But it doesn't mean that it goes that way for everybody. So I think with my second surgery, which was 5 or 6 weeks after the first one, that I walked within, it's really early, without using any assistance or a walker. I walked, within 2 weeks. Was it?
Oh, yeah.
Week or two, I don't know. But I took little steps. Yeah, it seemed like a week. I took little steps around the house, and, they said I could do things, so I did it. I trusted what they said. But it doesn't mean that, you should do the same, or you will be the same. It is all different, and just don't beat yourself up about that. So also, a lot of big questions. I don't know if my husband wants me to discuss this, though. I'll see. But a lot of people ask about intimacy. So for us, it was really early. It depends. I mean, like I said, depends on your recovery, depends on what you feel like doing. But I felt like I could, so we did, and nothing hurt. And I didn't have any restrictions, so that was fine. So you just accommodate with different positions, and that's what you do. So just keep trying to move forward. If you have anything, questions about anything, ask people, ask your doctor, ask your surgeon. Things might seem weird, but keep asking. Try to move at least a little step forward. Just keep moving forward. Do you see that hat? You see that hat? Yep. Tom Brady's going there.
That he is.
This is how...
TB12, right? Is it 12? It's number 12?
I think so. That's true, TB12, So you think we have a Tampa Bay fan on our hands here, but, I think my husband might be the only one that wears team apparel for any team. If you know somebody that does, let me know, but I think he's the only one. Okay, so the reason why we have this hat anyway, we actually have 2 of them. But, okay, so yeah, we went to Boston, and we were on the line where we could have gone out to Gillette Stadium, but
This is the Buccaneers.
I know,
Okay.
didn't go see Gillette Stadium. And then that fall we went to Florida, and we went to,
Tampa.
yeah, I went to Tampa, but I can't remember the stadium. Gosh, it's
where was
some
it?
guy's name.
It is a guy's name.
But anyway, we went to the stadium. And did we buy the hat? No, we did not buy the hat there. We are not Tampa Bay fans either. However, we were there, and we found these 2 Tampa Bay hats, and they're so nice. And my husband, he's very smart. He has a big melon. He's really smart. So this fits his head, and it's nice. So we bought 2 of them for the boys. It ended up to be ours. But it's a nice hat. And now that Tom Brady is going to Tampa Bay, we're like looking like we're in the know, ahead of the curve, and that's not really it at all, but that's how it went down.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So we'll probably follow him, just because.